Hi there and welcome to Beauty Talk. My name is Linda and in today's video I'm going to be walking you through my current hair wash routine step by step. And I'm going to be sharing the products that I'm currently using to preserve the health and shine and for strong hair. I'm also going to be doing a brief comparison between the L'Oreal Elvive Full Resist range and the Kérastase Genesis range, which both have similar claims, that is to reduce hair fall due to breakage. Before getting into the video, I want to ask you, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. It would mean the world to me. There's about like 70% of people who still watch my videos and are not subscribed to my channel. And you know what? Subscribing to my channel is for free. You don't pay anything for that, and it would really help out my channel. And the more people I have subscribed to my channel, the more the channel grows, the better content I can produce. So please don't forget to subscribe and also give me a like so that I know you like this type of content. And also leave me a comment if you just want to let me know how you're doing today, if you like this video, or if you had any beauty questions for me. I am more than happy to answer. So now I think we can get into the video. So before we dive into the whole process of washing my hair, I just want to point out a few things. First of all is my hair type and scalp type. So my hair type is really thin. I have a lot of hair, but it's really thin, and I have a very oily scalp. However, my hair has gone through a whole process. I'm in this journey of trying to grow and strengthen my hair because after having COVID, being stressed and all these kind of things, that has left my hair rather thin and fragile. So I'm still kind of recovering from that. The other thing I want to point out is that I wash my hair twice a week. Although I could probably benefit from washing my hair at least one more time because of having a very oily scalp. However, because of lifestyle factors, I'm really busy. I think washing my hair at least twice a week works really well for me at the moment. So in regards to how many times I wash my hair, I thought I would briefly touch upon this topic about how often should you be washing your hair, because I think it is in hot debate now in social media. And from what I've learned, from what the dermatologists say, trichologists and other experts, is the following. So dermatologists will often encourage you to wash your hair every day if possible. But they are also conscious that it's going to depend on your type, your hair scalp. Because, for instance, if you have an oily scalp and you are, very active, you're working out every day, you sweat a lot, then you will probably benefit from washing your hair every day. And if you are happy with doing that, you're fine with washing your hair every day as long as you are conditioning the ends of your hair every day. However, if you have a drier scalp, maybe you do not want to be washing your hair so often because it can maybe irritate your scalp because you have drier scalp. So what I take away from this is that it's going to depend on everybody, because also you have the hairstylists, which maybe don't want you to wash your hair so often, especially if you have colored hair, because the more you wash your hair, the more likely it is to fade, more quicker is going to fade your hair color. So they're going to advise not to wash your hair so often. However, I think that we need to take things with a grain of salt, and that you should do what's best for you. Because, for instance, for me, I could not be washing my hair every day. It's just really time consuming. My hair probably would be fine, but the reality is that I just don't have the time to be washing my hair every single day and then styling it every single day. It's just too much work for me. Like I said at the beginning, I could probably benefit with one more hair wash during the week. But at the moment, this is just what's working for me. So I'm going to keep it that way. And I suggest you do the same. So it's just going to depend on your preferences, based on your preference and your specific needs. Because if you have also, certain type of scalp issues, you may benefit from washing your hair more or less often. So it's just going to depend on your personal preferences and also your specific lifestyle needs, like in my case. Another quick thing that I want to point out, and I'm sorry I'm dragging before I actually get into the hair wash routine, but I think it's really important to point out, is that I want you to remember that the products that I'm currently using, they work well for me based on my hair type and my scalp type. However, they may not work well for you. So keep that in mind, and that, we need to experiment. We actually need to try products to know if they really work out for us. Also, please don't forget to check out the description box. I'll leave all the products listed down below. If I can leave links, they will be down there. Otherwise, I'm going to leave them in my Shop My. I'm gonna put the video and then I will have all the products linked there so that it's easy for you to find and shop if you want to shop through my links. All right, now let's get into the hair wash routine, finally. So this is a pre-wash step. Like about half an hour or so before washing my hair, one thing that I've started doing is, and I've been doing this for about a year now, I think, is using oil. I've been using the oil because what this does is form like a protective film around the hair, which is going to be really helpful to reduce breakage when you're washing your hair. And also because this oil has coconut oil is very good in the sense that it's capable of penetrating the hair, so it can also help strengthen it. So it's going to work as a treatment, nourishing treatment as well. The other thing that I do is that once I apply my hair oil, I will gently detangle my hair with a comb, and then I will braid it, and then or braid it or pin it, and then I will leave it sit for half an hour so the oil can do its magic. And this is really important, using this oil, because it's going to help reduce also it's also going to help reduce the potential breakage that I can get from washing my hair from the mechanical movements, and also it's going to help so that my hair is less tangled after I wash my hair. And actually doing this, using the oil before washing my hair, has been really helpful in the sense that I can see that I haven't cut my hair for nearly a year, and I can see that I have significantly less split ends. So it has been really helpful to preserve the health of my hair overall. Just wanted to give credit where it is deserved, and I've learned this tip from Abby Young, which maybe you already know of her because she's really famous here on YouTube, and I really trust her because she is a really, she's amazing in what she does, and I consider her an expert of hair, and I go to her for a lot of hair advice. After the oil has had some time to sit in my hair, about half an hour, although there's some people who can leave it on like for many hours. Some people put oil in their hair and they go to sleep and then they wash their hair in the morning. For me, I find that it's enough just to do half an hour. So now that it's been half an hour and my hair has some time to soak up the oils, I get into the shower and I start washing my hair. First of all, I wet my hair thoroughly, and then I like to use some sort of detox shampoo or micellar shampoo, or at the moment I'm currently using the Sephora scalp scrub, and this is really good for me precisely because I wash my hair only twice a week, and I use dry shampoo to kind of help me go longer between washes to soak up some of the oils that kind of builds up in the scalp. So I find it really important in my case to use some sort of deep cleansing shampoo, like I said, a micellar shampoo, detox shampoo, or an exfoliating shampoo in this case, which is this one that I'm using from Sephora. It's the Sephora Scalp Cleanser. Sephora Scalp Cleanser, yeah. And I use this as my first cleanse, and it's really helpful to remove the excess oil and buildup from my scalp. So I also love using the scalp scrub because it feels really nice when you massage it in your scalp. So it's a little bit of a pampering moment, a little bit of a relaxation moment, and it really does leave my scalp feeling a lot more fresh and clean. Then I go in with my second cleanse, and for the moment I'm using this shampoo from L'Oreal Elvive Full Resist range, and this shampoo contains a few ingredients. Let me read them out. So it has Aminixel, which is an ingredient I believe it's developed by L'Oreal, and this ingredient, what it does is that it works in a way that it's going to help anchor the hair follicles. Essentially, it's going to help delay the process of shedding in your hair so that your hair looks fuller for longer. Then it has other ingredients such as biotin, which could potentially strengthen the hair follicles, but also increase the circulation in the scalp, which is really important for overall hair health. And then it has arginine, which also could help strengthen the hair and decrease hair breakage. It can also potentially minimize hair loss, can help with moisture retention, and also apparently it can help with color. So if you want to preserve the color of your hair, if you dye your hair, and it can also help just protect your hair overall from damage. To be honest, the whole range smells really good. L'Oreal certainly knows how to make something that smells good. They certainly know how to make a very good smelling hair products. It's L'Oreal, it's French, they know all about fragrance, I guess. But anyway, in terms of the texture, this shampoo is very creamy and it actually does lather very well. It does feel very nice when you're using it, and it does give me a very good cleanse in my hair. I have been really enjoying this shampoo. And the other thing I actually appreciate is that L'Oreal makes its shampoo slightly bigger than the conditioner, and I think that's perfect for people who like to do double cleanse. And just a brief point here, I like to double cleanse my hair because that's how I get, like, my hair just feels cleaner if I do that. But I also note that that is important in my case because I don't wash my hair so often. I definitely need to do that double cleanse. Meanwhile, if you're a person who washes your hair every day, maybe you don't need to do that double cleanse anyway. Just a thing that I thought I would point out. As I mentioned, all the range, this L'Oreal Elvive Full Resist range, contains all these ingredients. So that's ammonixyl, biotin, and arginine. The shampoo also contains sodium lauryl sulfate, so that is just a surfactant that's going to help to remove oil and just do a proper cleanse of your scalp. Once I rinse out the shampoo, I will follow up using a conditioner, and I'm using the conditioner from the same range of the L'Oreal Full Resist. But before I apply it, one thing that I do is I ensure to kind of squeeze out all the water of my hair, well, most of the water. And this is just going to help so that the conditioner can actually stick to the hair, because when your hair is like soaking wet, the conditioner kind of slides off the hair. So I think that's something that's really important to do, and that's what I do. I gently squeeze out the water from my hair, and then I apply the conditioner. The conditioner's texture is like really thick and nice. It feels very, very nice upon application. It feels very silky, very smooth, very nice and buttery. This conditioner, it does feel really, really nice. Now, in terms of how it actually leaves my hair feeling, I think that it's a very good one, probably better suited for people who have even thinner hair than mine. But overall, I think it does a really decent job in just, reducing a little bit of that frizz and negative charge that's left after washing your hair. So in terms of any ingredients to highlight from the L'Oreal Elvive Full Resist condition, the reality is it does contain, I think, two main ingredients that are conditioning, which is benzalkonium chloride and amyl dimethicone. Not that I'm a specialist and understand too much about the ingredients, but I understand just about enough to know what are those ingredients that are going to help to condition your hair. And I think this is actually really important, because when you go shopping and if you know that there's a particular ingredient that you like how it makes your hair feel, and you know which one it is, then you can identify that in other brands or other products. So I think that's really good. And it does have these two ingredients, as I mentioned, benzalkonium chloride and amyl dimethicone, which are really good ingredients in terms of providing conditioning to the hair, detangling, and helping combat frizz and all those things. As I mentioned, the way this conditioner works in my hair, it works fairly decent, but like I said, it's probably better suited for people who have much thinner hair than mine. But it does help to kind of like reduce a bit the frizz, and when you rinse it out of the hair, it does feel a little bit like silky upon the touch. That makes any sense. So every other hair wash day, instead of using the conditioner from L'Oreal, I have been using this, which is from Pantene. It's called the Bond Repair Pro V Minerals. So it's an intensive treatment, helps regenerate hair at a molecular level. And I have to say, it is been very nice to use this. It doesn't feel as thick and dense as this conditioner. It's actually a little bit lighter weight, but it definitely does leave my hair feeling a lot smoother, a lot more manageable when I use this. So it definitely does something, and I've been rather enjoying it. And I have to say, Pantene does know how to make some really nice smelling products as well. After rinsing all these products out of my hair, I will gently squeeze my hair, and I'll get out of the shower, and instead of using a towel to dry my hair, I will use a turban. And I've been using a hair turban for, I don't know, maybe 2 years, and I have really noticed that it definitely does help the hair a lot. It's very good. One thing to point out here is that I have stopped drying my hair. I used to do this, which is absolutely terrible for your hair, because the towel can have these rough fibers that when you do rough movements to dry your hair, you kind of shake it, that can actually contribute to breakage of the hair. So you want to definitely not do any kind of movements of like scrubbing like that on your hair, because apparently that can contribute to damage. So instead of that, I will definitely just use the towel to kind of like squeeze a little bit of the water, and then I will use the hair turban. And I found that this can be very helpful in terms of preventing breakage and preventing your hair being much more tangly, but also it does help to kind of soak up the water, so it cuts down on your hair drying time. So the final step I've been doing in terms of my hair wash routine is applying a scalp treatment, and this is the one from the same range of L'Oreal Full Resist range. It's called the Anti-Hair Fall Serum, and it has 1.5 aminexyl, but it also has caffeine and arginine. Again, it's present in the full range. So in terms of the texture, it has a very lightweight texture. Maybe I can show you here. Has a very lightweight texture. It's very serumy, but it's not oily at all. It does have a slight slip to it, but then it sinks in to the scalp, and it does not leave my hair feeling greasy whatsoever. It just soaks up into my hair, and I really like using these kind of products. I've really gotten into that, using some sort of scalp serum, treating my scalp the same way as I would treat the rest of my skin, giving it some nourishment in order to allow for my hair to actually grow stronger. So if your scalp is healthy, your hair is probably going to grow healthier as well. So that's sort of like how I see it, and I have been really enjoying to use this. I can't tell you for sure that it's made my hair grow. Hair growth is a long journey, and I do have, like, if you see under here, I have like, it looks like an undercut. Like, really, I have a lot of like this short hair. I can't show you right now. Let me see if I can show you. Yeah, here it is. It's like this really short hair. It looks like a weird undercut. I have a lot, and then along my hairline, I have a lot of little hairs. So my hair has been in this process of growing. I can't say for sure if this is making my hair grow, but I definitely think it is contributing in a positive way to the health of my scalp, and the healthier my scalp is, the healthier my hair shall be, I believe. Again, not that I'm an expert, but I thought I'd share this with you because we can get so desperate when we have these issues with our hair. I mean, it's for me, it is like, you know, when you start seeing your hair doesn't look good, it's like, for women, at least the way I see it, our hair is like our crown, our pride and joy. You know, when it's nice, we feel great. So definitely when we start noticing these issues that we have hair fall, you know, it can be very detrimental even to our mental health. One thing that I've learned is that the way this process is of hair fall, and maybe I can make a video a little bit more dedicated to this topic about hair fall and how to combat that. So let me know in the comments if you want to see that. But what I've learned is that hair fall, and this is a type of hair loss, okay? This is the most common one, which is, what is it called? Is it called tele? Okay, I don't know the specific name of it right now. I can't come to my mind, but I'm briefly going to tell you that usually the most common way that we see a lot of hair loss is from several factors, such as going through a very stressful moment, being sick, going through surgery, having a baby, maybe medication, and drastic weight loss can lead to a lot of hair fall. And what happens is that you are going to notice the hair fall not like immediately after the stressful event or being sick and whatnot. You're actually going to notice it like 3 months after. And that process can last about 3 months to 6 months. So if it's been like you start noticing the hair fall and it's been about 6 months and you're still noticing that your hair is falling like crazy, and then I suggest you go to a doctor because maybe you have an underlying condition that's contributing to that. Otherwise, what is said is that usually that extreme hair shedding is gonna cease after that period of about 6 months. So then it's gonna start growing. That's why it takes such a long time to see your hair grow. It can take up to 2 years. I've been actually 2 years in this process, but the reality is that within those 2 years, I've gotten sick and gotten stressed. So I feel like it's like my hair starts to grow, but then it's like grows and then it doesn't grow much, and it's like in this back and forth motion. But overall, I do feel that my hair feels a lot healthier. I was ill last year in the late summer, and then I started noticing that this year in January. I was like, oh, whoa, don't tell me again. My hair is like just feeling like thinner again. But now I think it's slowly getting back it's slowly getting back to where I want it to be. I don't know if I mentioned before, but this hair serum, it contains not only Aminexil, which is L'Oreal's proprietary ingredient. I don't know if it's proprietary. I don't know if other brands use it, but I know that brands that L'Oreal owns do use Aminexil. In addition to that, biotin and arginine, it also has caffeine. And caffeine is apparently an ingredient that can help with hair growth, because it will stimulate blood flow, circulation in the scalp, and apparently it can also help with hair growth. So it's nice that it's in there. So that is the process in my hair wash routine. After I use this serum, the following products that I use are part of my styling, and I'm not going to show you that in this video. However, if you do want to see how I style my hair after I wash my hair, please leave me a comment, because I would love to prepare that video. But as mentioned, I'm going to do a brief comparison between the L'Oreal Elvive Full Resist range and the Kérastase Genesis range, which both of these hair care ranges have similar claims. That is that they are going to help combat hair loss due to hair breakage. And interestingly enough, L'Oreal owns Kérastase, so obviously they are probably sharing some of the technology there. If you're interested in Kérastase Genesis range, I have a video that I review this line in depth, so please check it out. I'll leave it linked down below if I can link it. Otherwise, if you can search in my channel, you will find the video where I review this range more in depth. But for now, for obvious reasons, you know, the Kérastase Genesis range is a little bit more of an extensive range, so it has a lot more products. For starters, it has 2 different shampoos. So this is the recycling bottle. It has 2 different shampoos. Has one that is more for oily to normal scalp, and it has one that is for drier scalp. Meanwhile, the L'Oreal Elvive Full Resist range only has 1 shampoo. So I would say that, for instance, Kérastase has for oily scalp, and I use the one that's for oily normal scalp, which is called the Hydra Bind Fortifant, and then the one that is for dry scalp is called the Bind Nutri Fortifant. And this one is kind of like something in between. So I think it's like a shampoo that everybody can use. However, in comparison to the Hydra Bind Fortifant from Kérastase Genesis, this one definitely does a much better cleanse of my scalp. It's a clear shampoo. It is probably a little bit, has more stronger surfactants. So it definitely does more of a deeper cleanse in my scalp. Meanwhile, I find that this one is, I wouldn't say it's a gentle cleanse, but it's just not as thorough as the one from Kérastase. So in terms of the conditioner, so the Full Resist, the L'Oreal Elvive Full Resist between the Kérastase Genesis one, there is also a difference. So this one, although feels a little bit more thicker and creamier, is actually not as conditioning as the one from Kérastase. I find that this one is conditioning, helps with frizz, but maybe not so much with detangling, at least with my hair. That doesn't mean that it's a bad one. I think it's particularly good for people who have very, very, very thin hair, very limp hair, that maybe are afraid of using conditioner. This is probably a good one for you to use. Meanwhile, the one from Kérastase, although in texture it may seem a little less thicker and dense, it actually leaves my hair feeling a lot more detangled and smoother than this one. But I'm still enjoying this one, and I use other things to help with the detangling part, but I really like them both, but I would say the Kérastase one is a little bit better. Now, one thing to point out is that the Full Resist range from L'Oreal Elvive doesn't have a mask, and Kérastase does have a mask, which I've spoken about it in my full review. So if you want to know more about it, check that video. So that's one thing to point out. Also, what's the other product? Okay, so the Full Resist range does not have a leave-in conditioner or thermal heat protecting product. It doesn't have that. Kérastase one does have, and this is a very, very nice one. Again, check my video out from full review of Kérastase Genesis range. But the final product that we can compare is the serum. So Kérastase Genesis range has a serum, looks like this, and then we have the L'Oreal Elvive Full Resist. It's called Anti-Hair Fall Serum, and then the one from Genesis, the Kérastase Genesis one, is called Anti-Hair Fall Fortifying Serum. Definitely between these two, there is a big difference in terms of the ingredients. The one from Kérastase is has a lot more to it. to be honest. It just has a lot more. The one from L'Oreal just has a couple of good ingredients, basic good ingredients such as caffeine and aminixil. However, this serum, this one has not only aminixil, it has caffeine, but it also has niacinamide, it has resveratrol, it has, what else does it have? It has several more ingredients, so it's definitely going to do more for your scalp compared to the one from L'Oreal. So with the L'Oreal Elvive Full Resist range, you will definitely get an effective cleanse and some nourishment in your hair, and it's also at a much more affordable price point. Meanwhile, with the Kérastase Genesis range, it definitely offers much more of a luxurious experience, and it is more of an extended range, so you have a lot more options in terms of treatments and nourishment to your hair, and a little bit more cinched to your specific needs, like for instance if you have a very oily scalp or if you have a very dry scalp. And in terms of the conditioners and mask and leave-in conditioners from Kérastase Genesis range, it definitely offers a little bit more of an intense nourishment to the hair. The bottom line, if you are struggling with hair loss due to breakage and you're on a budget, I think that the L'Oreal Elvive Full Resist range is definitely one worth trying that can help you in that process. However, if you are willing to spend the money and you want something a little bit more premium, more luxurious, I definitely think you are going to enjoy the Kérastase Genesis range. And both of these are going to help you not only cleanse your hair, keep it clean, manageable, help it grow healthy and shiny. They're both going to do the same thing. However, the Kérastase one is just going to offer you a little bit more. Both of them are really good solutions to help combat hair loss. And this is a very important statement. They're going to help combat hair loss. They're not going to make your hair grow. So those are two different things to keep in mind. If you are suffering from extreme hair loss, like I said before, something to keep in mind is kind of like, remember if you had any kind of stressful event, you've been really sick or something like that, try to connect the dots to see if maybe that's why you're having some hair loss. However, if you do think that you're struggling with hair loss and it's been going for a really, really long time, I do suggest you go to a specialist or a doctor such as a dermatologist to help you find the solution. All right, that wraps up my video of my current hair wash routine using the L'Oreal Elvive Full Resist range and with the brief comparison against the Kérastase Genesis range. I hope this video was helpful to you. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you stick all the way till the end, I want you to know that I'm so grateful for keeping me company. And with that said, I'll see you in another video. Ciao! Here.